My child, listen to my words, for I desire that you walk in wisdom and discernment. The key to a life of peace and fulfillment is to keep company only with those who uplift you, whose presence calls forth the best in you. Beware of false relationships, for they can be hard to identify, just as it is challenging to distinguish a mirage from an oasis in the vast desert of human interaction. Do not be deceived, for many will come into your life with flattering words, but their hearts are far from you. Now I will open your eyes to subtle 11 types of common signs and hidden patterns that reveal the true intentions behind forced smiles and empty promises. Number 1. Failure to fulfill promises. My child, understand this. Words without actions are empty. There are those who make promises as if performing on a stage, using words to captivate and persuade, yet their hearts are not aligned with their speech. They paint vivid pictures of commitment and support. But when the time comes to fulfill their words, they vanish like the morning mist. When their support is most needed, when their promise is due for delivery, they disappear, leaving behind only disappointment and disillusionment. This is not just a breach of trust, it is a clear sign of their true motivations. Their promises are tools for manipulation, designed to extract value, trust, or support, without any intention of reciprocation. I tell you this, so that you may not be deceived. Failure to fulfill promises is a test that reveals the heart of a person. It separates those who honor relationships with sincerity from those who see relationships as opportunities for personal gain. Number 2, diminishing or disdainful comments. There are those who will seek to tear you down with their words, eroding your confidence, self-esteem, and sense of worth. They disguise their cruelty in humor and casual banter, yet their true intent is to diminish you. They trivialize your successes, mock your aspirations, and show indifference toward your struggles. This is a subtle form of warfare, a calculated effort to place you in a position of self-doubt so that they may hold power over you. But know this, their words do not define you. Their disdain stems from their own insecurities, for they seek to mask their weaknesses by belittling others. Do not allow their words to take root in your heart. Recognize their tactics, set boundaries, and if necessary, remove yourself from their presence. Number 3, unilateral benefit. Beware of those who take but never give. There are those who will come into your life with outstretched hands, seeking financial, emotional, or practical gain, yet they will not be there when you're in need. They borrow with promises of repayment but never return what was given. They seek validation, attention, and support, yet when the roles are reversed, they are nowhere to be found. This is not love, nor is it friendship. It is a one-sided relationship built on self-interest. I warn you, my child, because I desire for you to walk in relationships that are built on love, respect, and reciprocity. A relationship should not be like a parasite that drains you of your resources, leaving you depleted. I give you the wisdom to discern when you are being used, so that you may set boundaries and choose relationships that nourish rather than consume. Number 4, disregard for your needs or feelings. My child, I see your heart, and I know when you feel unseen and unheard. Beware of those who consistently ignore or devalue your emotions. This pattern of behavior is like tending a garden where only one flower is allowed to bloom while the others are neglected. Some people will prioritize their own desires while dismissing yours. Their words and actions will cut away at your emotional well-being, leaving you feeling invisible and unimportant. This disregard can take many forms. They may overlook your emotional needs, failing to support you in your moments of vulnerability. They may disregard your opinions, drowning out your voice with their own. They may fail to acknowledge your achievements or minimize your struggles, making light of the burdens you carry. This is not just insensitivity, it is a calculated neglect, a way to keep you feeling small so they can maintain control. But I tell you this, your worth is not determined by how others treat you. I see you, I know you, I value you. Do not allow yourself to remain in an environment where your needs are continually ignored. Number 5, emotional manipulation. There are those who will come into your life appearing caring and attentive, but their kindness is a mask. They know how to push emotional buttons, praising you when it serves their purpose, then turning against you to create self-doubt and dependency. This is manipulation, and it is designed to keep you in a state of uncertainty and fear. Like an unfaithful gardener who alternates between overwatering and starving a plant, They control your emotions by shifting between affection and rejection. They will make you question your own worth, magnify your failures, and trivialize your successes. They will twist reality, making you feel guilty for things you did not do, ensuring that you are always the one apologizing. My child, I did not create you to live under such control. This is not love. It is a deception meant to enslave your heart and mind. Do not let their manipulation shape your identity. Number 6, lack of genuine support. A healthy relationship should be like a tree in a thriving forest, supported by the strength of those around it. But some relationships leave you standing alone in barren soil, reaching out for support that never comes. Be mindful of those who only offer empty words and hollow gestures, whose presence is absent when you need them most. Some people will act as if they care, offering a quick good luck, or nodding along to your struggles. But when the time comes for real support, they're nowhere to be found. Their help is superficial, their words lacking depth, because their interest in you is conditional. They only care when it benefits them. But I care for you deeply, my child. I desire for you to be surrounded by people who genuinely support and uplift you. Pay attention to those who truly stand with you, not just in words, but in actions. Number 7, constant competition. My child, beware of those who see relationships as a competition. They do not rejoice in your successes, but instead they view every achievement, decision, and challenge as an opportunity to outdo you. Their actions are driven by a need to stay ahead in a game of superiority, not by love or mutual growth. In professional settings, they might attempt to overshadow your accomplishments, take credit for your ideas, or try to outshine you. In personal relationships, they may downplay your achievements, always trying to prove that they are better, smarter, or more successful. This constant rivalry breeds insecurity and is rooted in a distorted sense of self-worth, where their value is not in who they are, but in how they compare to others. Such competition turns every interaction into a battle, where your successes are threats to their dominance and your struggles are seen as opportunities for them to rise above you. Number 8, lack of reciprocity. My child, in relationships where reciprocity is absent, you may find yourself bearing the weight of the relationship alone. It's like a seesaw, where your efforts, sacrifices, and commitments are heavy on one side, while the other side remains empty, without the balance of equal contribution. In such relationships, you will be the one initiating contact, making plans, and offering your time, energy, and emotions. But the other person's contributions are minimal, if they exist at all. You give and give, yet find that when you're in need, there is no equal outpouring of care or effort from them. This lack of reciprocity stems from a self-centered perspective, where the relationship is merely a means to an end for the other person. A healthy relationship involves giving and receiving, not only from one side. Observe your relationships with discernment, my child. Does it feel equal? Does it feel draining or uplifting? Be honest with yourself about whether the love and effort you put in are being returned, and if they are not, you must decide whether this relationship is in alignment with my will for your life. Number 9, making you feel guilty. Imagine guilt as a puppeteer, skillfully pulling at your conscience and leading you down a path you may not willingly choose. The person who uses you knows how to manipulate your sense of responsibility, empathy, or fairness. They may frame their requests in such a way that refusal makes you seem selfish or uncaring. Alternatively, they might remind you of past favors, suggesting that you now owe them something, creating an unspoken debt that you are obligated to repay. This tactic of inducing guilt is subtle and insidious. It often starts with small requests or favors, gradually escalating over time to more significant demands. As the cycle continues, your boundaries erode and your ability to say no diminishes, leaving you feeling trapped in a pattern of guilt and compliance. The user places their needs and wants at the forefront, while disregarding your own. This manipulation distorts your natural desire to be good and helpful into a lever of control. Number 10, gossip and breach of trust. My child, beware of those who gossip and break trust. Gossip is like a poison that spreads lies and half-truths, contaminating the purity of relationships. It is a betrayal of the sacred bond of trust that I have ordained among my people. When someone gossips about you or others, they are sowing seeds of division and disunity, causing harm that reaches far beyond the words spoken. Those who gossip breach the trust that should exist between two people, tearing down what was meant to build up. They speak of your vulnerabilities, your weaknesses, or your private matters without consideration for your dignity or the harm they may cause. My child, I call you to be a keeper of trust. When someone confides in you, they are trusting you with their heart. Do not betray that trust by gossiping or sharing what should remain sacred. Protect the integrity of your relationships and be cautious of those who do not value trust, for their words can bring about great pain. Know this: I value truth, and I have called you to live in integrity and honor. If you find yourself surrounded by those who gossip and break trust, distance yourself from such behavior and choose relationships that build you up in truth, not tear you down in deceit. Number 11, selective availability. Selective availability creates a one-sided relationship where you are always available, ready to lend an ear, offer support, or make time for the other person. Your emotions, resources, and time are always at their disposal. In stark contrast, the other person's availability is as rare as a comet in the night sky, occasional, unpredictable, and always on their terms. This discrepancy in availability is not due to conflicting schedules or busy lives. It is a deliberate choice, a calculated stance that keeps them at a distance while maintaining control. By limiting their availability, they ensure that you remain grateful for whatever time or attention they deign to offer. Your efforts to connect are often met with excuses or neglect, leaving you feeling as though your needs are secondary. The emotional toll of this behavior is significant. It creates feelings of inadequacy as you start questioning your worth in their eyes. Over time, frustration and resentment build, as you realize that the effort and availability you offer is not reciprocated. Recognizing selective availability involves taking a step back and honestly assessing the effort being put into the relationship. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, effort, and presence. If you find yourself constantly reaching out with little to no response, it may be time to reconsider the balance in your relationship and whether it aligns with your needs. Please subscribe to receive more of my truth and turn on notifications so you never miss what I have to say to you.